And welcome back to another episode of Cafe Lily with your hosts, Rosa and Kelsey. Kelsey and Rosa. Now, it certainly has been a bit.
Yeah, it's been a little while, but we've been busy.
Yeah, it can't be helped. Now, we have a guest with us.
Is that me?
Yeah, that's you.
Oh, hi! I'm the guest. Yay!
It's Dawn from the Dawn and Lou Show.
I'm excited to be here.
We're glad. Now, Dawn, do you know what you're here for?
I was told there were horses involved.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Today, we are having a presentation on Musume explained by me. Now, I'll be explaining my knowledge of Musume based on what I know. So if there's anything missing, well, that's motivation for you to look into.
Okay, we all gotta go home and do our homework.
Okay.
So for now, you're seeing it through my perspective.
Yeah, okay. I'm ready to learn something.
Alright. As I said before, we are talking about Musume by me, Super Pilky Rosa. What is Musume? Well, they are horses and they are girls. They're two different kinds of beings. Yes, in our world, the horses passed away
Oh.
from the real world. And then they are reborn into, like, horse girls.
Okay.
In this world, the horses aren't real. Since there's no horses, history that had horses in there are replaced with the horse girls.
Every single one, even during the war?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
crazy, right? And there are always going to be more horse girls because souls of the horse from our world, from real life, goes into the Musume world. They leave our world as horses and enter this world and enter the new one as horse girls. Now, what does this mean for their society? How are the horses born? When a parent marries with like a Musume, which is possible, there are romance between humans and horse girls. And sometimes they will have a child that is also a horse girl. Now, I don't know what this means for the son. They don't elaborate it.
Uh-huh.
Now, this happens regardless. And if the parents are just two normal humans, they will somehow have a horse girl. Sometimes. It just happens.
So Toad is a normal human?
He represents the average Joe.
Okay. I don't think this is true.
Listen. Toad is an example of an average Joe, your everyday everyman.
I don't know how accurate that is, but also I didn't take a class on that, so...
So don't think about it too much.
Okay.
He's just there to be for your example. But yeah, this happens. And the mother doesn't even have to be like a horse girl or anything. She could just be human. And then they'll just have a horse child regardless. Now, since they're horses, do they age?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
What? Why is Sin there?
Now, it's a weird way to explain it. How to explain? The Umas, they age in unique ways. They kind of age the same way Gears from Guilty Gears age. Like, look at Sin here. He's like 5 years old in this image. Because he's a gear. Now, in certain interpretations or iterations, Umas, they're like a child as they're born. But then, in a year or two, they're fully grown. As you can see in Haru's Urara's manga.
Oh, so it's like a reflection of how the horses in our world age.
Yes and no. In the anime, they might hint towards like, oh yeah, these things just age quickly, and sometimes they just stick that way for like the next 20 years or so. Because they are said to age like elves.
They age like elves.
At least from as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
I mean, look at Google Babies.
Who's Goo Goo Babies?
Who is Goo Goo Babies?
Don't worry about Google Babies.
Okay.
You brought her up!
Do the horses have career? Yes, I think. Now, it's never really elaborated. It's just mentioned like, oh yeah, they get jobs outside of horsing after they're done.
Outside of horsing, okay.
Just like an actual racehorse, they have 3 years to make a good career. This is reflected in the game Una Musume, where they say it takes about 3 seasons or years to go through the campaign. This reflects on the horses.
Got it.
Now, it is indeterminate for how long the Una Musumes are in there for, because sometimes there will be text that says, oh, the Una Musumes have been here for like about a decade. Look at Goo Goo Babies.
You keep bringing up Goo Goo Babies. You're not telling us who Goo Goo Babies is.
Goo Goo Babies is Super Creek, and her thing is she loves to mutter anything and everything, or else she will be depressed and sad.
Is that something that often happens to horses?
What?
Just her.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Alright, take your word for it.
A lot of things is unsaid in Una Musume. They don't elaborate, they say, oh yes. It's so matter of fact.
Well, we here are good at using our imagination, so I'm sure we can work it out.
Exactly.
Yes, so at least I know there was an instance where like a character such as Goldship mentions that she was going to retire.
Oh! I didn't know she was planning on that.
Well, you know, after a while she gets tired. Again, this reflects on the horses. Usually it takes 3 years, but it's been said that these horses are in the academy for 10. That's right, they go to an academy.
They go to school?
Yeah, they go to school for more than... I don't know how many years actually. They never elaborated on it.
Do they get a well-rounded education there, or is it all about horse racing?
They get the education that fits your racing style.
Oh, okay.
They do get an education. It just has to fit. Usually it will fit their racing style. Now, we got over the basics of Una Musume. Now let's talk about the Yuri.
What? Is this part of their growth? Is this just something they do?
Yeah, it's life. Yuri happens.
Okay.
Now, a lot of Yuris, Yuri happens throughout the years in Una Musume. But I'm gonna talk about 3 different relationships to varying degrees of knowledge I have on them. First up, Dara Scarlet and Vodka. So these 2 are based on real horses, of course. And it was said that they have an infamous rivalry, I think. All I know is one of the trainers, the real life trainers for Dara Scarlet said, make sure her breast is bigger than Vodka's. Anyway.
Wait, stop. They actually, wait. They asked the trainers about the designs for the horses?
Yes, so when it comes to designing Una Musumes, they have to speak with the trainers, the people who own them, and sponsors and everything before they could approve the design. Yeah.
Wow.
It's lost in process, and of course, since this game has fan service, the fan service has to be approved of.
Okay, that makes sense.
So a lot of times, the characters are left in more modest positions.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know that.
Other times, you're Dara Scarlet or Goo Goo Babies.
Oh. Or they're just like, nah, just do whatever. Nah, that makes sense.
Right. But again, this was done because it was said that the trainer requested it to make sure her breast was bigger than Vodka's. But aside from that, here's why I know these 2 relationships. They're always bickering, they're always fighting, they're always at each other's throats, and they were roommates.
They were roommates.
Yeah, every horse has a roommate. And these 2 sleep in the same room, and they're always fighting, they're always bickering, they're rivals. And in the anime, they're on the same team.
I didn't know horse racing was a team sport.
Me neither.
Yeah, sometimes they're a team.
You learn something new every day.
Now, were they good? I don't know, I haven't seen the anime. But I have seen the anime that features the aborted horse ghost and TM Opera O.
I don't know why you said that.
So yeah, these 2 has one of the few, I would say, an easily appealing dual Yuri dynamic. The bickering duel, the bickering couple, biting each other and everything.
Yeah, we've all got one of those.
Right.
Now, next one, Gullship and Major McQueen. Now I have to put this clarification. A lot of these horses are based on real life horses, so most of them do have familial relationship. Now, to explain, Major McQueen, the real life horse, is the grandfather of Gullship, but within the Musume universe, they are not related by blood, but just so happen to just like come across each other. Now, these two, for what I know of, Gullship loves bullying Major McQueen. She always loves messing with her. She's trying to prank her at every moment. Unfortunately for Gullship, it ends up bad for her. Tries to put hot mustard on her food, it hits her eyes. Tries to steal her food, gets her eyes stabbed.
What? Oh.
Every time usually when Gullship tries to prank Major McQueen, something bad happens to her eyes.
What's going on there?
Is Major O big? Is she like cursed or a witch or something?
No, Gullship is just silly.
No.
Gullship is just silly and is always getting into situations.
Okay.
But that's what makes their dynamic really appealing and very sweet. And it's fun to watch.
Yeah. I like that Gullship is 100 times bigger than her. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And Gullship is also a lot more handsome in the anime. They give her a more handsome face, but in the game, they just give her a typical Uma face. But regardless, I'm very glad people see Gullship and say, wow, that is one built woman. But anyway, appreciate these two dynamic. It's really cute, it's really funny. But I also know Major McQueen has another Euro thing going on.
We don't have to pay attention to that one.
It's okay. Horses have two hands.
That they do.
Do they?
Yes.
What?
Now, let's talk about Mesha Dodo and TM Opera O. What can I say about these two? These two are pretty much tied at the hips. Watching the OVA for episode that features both of them is insane.
Uh-huh.
Brian, my wife, says it best. Dodo is like TM Opera's old little Pookie.
True. True. Okay.
It's true. No matter where she goes, she's there, following behind her. Which is really funny. TM Opera O is so boisterous, so unhinged. She is so self-confident. Insane woman. And she is out there appealing to every woman who loves a good butch.
This is true. I'm seeing the potential.
And she actually has been known to slap women's asses.
Is that the case?
Huh? Why is she doing that?
I don't know.
Is that why you want her dead?
It's on my list.
Okay.
And Dodo there, she's a sweetheart. She's a softie. She's like a slopping wet cat. She's always right by her side. And they're always so close together. They're like the best of best lovers. I mean, I could imagine TM Opera all just like waking up in the morning full of sunshine, blinding Misha Dodo, and Dodo's like, yes, ma'am, every time.
Wow.
That's lovely.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Honestly, of course, we love a butch femme couple. I also have seen a lot of art of like Misha Dodo getting ready to assassinate TM Opera O in a toxic Yuri way.
I thought they got along.
They do, but I would kill TM Opera O at any chance. Lovingly.
Oh, lovingly, so it's okay.
Oh, of course.
But regardless, Misha Dodo loves her. Look at that, they're holding little plushes of each other.
That is so cute.
There's someone for everyone.
Yeah, so that's all I gotta say about them. Love those two. Now, any questions?
Where are the other Uma Musumes? What do they do?
Training, racing, getting ready.
How many horses are in classes? Like, is there like 4 horses in a class or what?
No, just a regular class amount.
Okay.
Can you elaborate on Goo Goo Babies?
So there is a horse girl named Super Creek. Like I said, Super Creek has a desire to mother and baby something.
Just something or someone? Just that's it?
Someone usually. In one of her routes, if you're doing well in her career, she'll eventually ask, "Hey, let's play Google Babies." You have no choice but to do it if you want to keep her in a positive mood, because keeping her mood is very important for them to succeed in races.
What does Goo Goo Babies entail?
What do you think it would entail? What would it not entail?
That's scary.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to think about that too hard.
Yeah, is Goo Goo Babies going to be on the exam? Because if it's not, then we don't need to look at it.
It'll be on the exam as simple as, what is Super Creek's favorite game?
Okay. Yeah, I can remember that.
Any more questions?
Not from me.
I did mention an aborted horse.
You know, is that going to be on the test? Because we don't need to know about that either.
Yes, it is a very important fact about Admiral Vega. Now, Admiral Vega is a horse. She had a twin in the womb, but they had to abort one of them for one of them to survive. This is reflected on the real racehorse Admiral Vega, and how typically racehorses are only allowed to have one horse, or else if they had twins, they won't be strong enough to be a capable racehorse.
Huh.
Now, for Admiral Vega case in the Musume world, it was just because of complications in the pregnancy. She didn't know she had a twin sister until one day she was crying after an early training race. When they're kids, they get to go to a little camp to do some early training. They explained to her she had an aborted sister, and she believed the spirit of her twin sister is haunting her, and she has to race for her happiness because she didn't get the chance to.
Okay.
So, supposedly, she's been haunted by the spirit of her aborted horse sister.
That is a crazy premise to put in, like, an anime girl gacha game.
That covers the basis for Musume. So I implore you to check out any anime, manga materials, and whatnot they have. The stuff is easy to get for free. Because unless you were me who got lucky, got TM Opera O, and won her career mode with the hot spring ticket, you may be on that for a while. And the temptation may attack you. So I implore you to be careful.
Okay, we will. We'll follow your advice.
And that concludes my presentation and slideshow. I hope you all enjoy it.
Of course, thank you, Rosa. It was very educational.
I learned a lot today.
Thank you, I'm glad. And hopefully we get to do more of these every once in a while.
Yeah, I like learning things.
I always want to learn new things.
Of course. Again, thank you all for joining. That was fun.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here, Dawn.
So, anything to advertise, Don?
Oh, well, like you mentioned, I'm on Don and Lou channel, so you can check that out. I have videos on there, and so does my friend Lou. We don't have Yuri videos yet, but maybe next time. Subscribe and see.
See you all next year.